and welcome, 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 welcome. It's time to play the game. We're just gonna play the game, okay? We're live on twitch.tv/Calling of Justice. We are live on YouTube, Claudia, Alick, and Calling of Justice, and we are gonna play this new game that I found. It's just the demo, but I was excited. Sorry, it's a little loud for me. You know it is. So, you know I like Star Trek. This is Trek Talk. Of course I love Star Trek. So we're gonna play a new game. I already played one game. So this is the demo of the first of 12 sectors. It's based on an in-development build with many subjects. So there's lots of things will change. And there's also no voiceovers. This is not represent. So this is today we embark on a mission to locate the Maquis vessel that has disappeared in the Badlands. This is the first episode, but modified. Starfleet intelligence believes terrorists have acquired dangerous new technology. My chief of security, Tuvok, is under cover aboard that ship. I haven't received communication from him in over a week. What? The Badlands are treacherous. I can only hope he's safe. In the meantime, I have a starship to prepare for launch and a crew to assemble. Speaking of which, our final two crew members have just arrived, Ensign Harry Kim and Tom Paris. It seems I have a few introductions to make. Okay. Let me get my OBS so I can see it. So make sure everyone can see what I can see. Yeah. So, this is a modified sort of mission that is based on the pilot episode, The Caretaker. I think they do a pretty good job, actually. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, I think they do a pretty good job of this. So let's enjoy. Gentlemen, welcome to Voyager. Ensign Kim, you're fresh from the academy, ready for your first deep space assignment. There he is. Reporting for duty, Captain. It's an honor to be here. I hope I live up to your expectations. Ensign Kim, I trust you've already met Tom Paris, our esteemed observer, a former Maquis pilot who will help us search the Badlands for the Maquis vessel. There he is. There's our Tom Paris. Hey, look, there's just some random guy there. With all due respect, madam, observer is hardly a title befitting my talents. I'm the best damn pilot in this sector. Call me pilot extraordinaire, Ensign. The Maquis? Wow, I've heard a lot of stories about them. Relax, I was with the Maquis only for a few weeks before I was captured and sent to a lovely little penal colony in New Zealand. Prison? Where did you think criminals go, Harry? Enough chatter, gentlemen. All hands, this is the captain. Report to your stations. Helm, take us to the Badlands. Maximum warp. Alright, into the Badlands. The Badlands, a treacherous region of space where violent plasma storms can cripple even the most advanced starships. Captain Janeway observes the swirling chaos from the view screen, a subtle smile playing on her lips. She's ready for the challenge. But is the challenge ready for her? Scanners are picking up no other vessels in the system, Captain. It's your time to shine, Mr. Paris. Any idea where your former colleagues might be hiding? It wasn't exactly Maquis of the Year, Captain, but they did prefer underground bases, remote planets, and... Captain, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm reading a coherent Tetryon beam scanning us, and a displacement wave heading right towards us. Oh no! Incoming! A colossal wave of turbulent energy surges towards Voyager, its power dwarfing anything the crew has ever seen. With no time to analyze the threat, emergency measures are initiated. Red alert. Helm evasive maneuvers. No effect. The wave will intercept us in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Base for impact. Oh no! Here we go! Oh man, would you look at that? Aftermath. As the crew regains consciousness, they find their bridge in total devastation. Twisted metal, sparking consoles, and injured crewmates paint a grim picture. What just happened? Damage report. Major hull and deck damage. The transporters are offline and we're receiving casualty reports. Bridge to sickbay. Doctor, I've got injured crew on the bridge. Doctor? Damn. Captain, we're losing systems across multiple decks. The deuterium tanks are empty. Warp core has gone to gray mode. We're on reserves. Barely. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Scan for the nearest source of deuterium. External sensors are offline. Stellar cartography must be down. Voyager's blind, Captain. Alright. Janeway to Engineering, we need stellar cartography back online. Now. So, this is how we learn how to play the game. This is the tutorial. This is the tutorial on how to use the tutorial. Okay, so first thing, we gotta switch on stellar cartography. Captain, sensors are picking something up out there, but, what? Harry is trying to stammer. See, now, Tom's in the center spot here. What Harry is trying to stammer is that we're not in the Badlands anymore. What is that thing? Where are we? If our sensors are working, we just jumped over 70,000 light years into the Delta Quadrant. Delta Quadrant? How? Captain, life support systems are failing. This array will have to wait. Paris, take the helm. Find us a deuterium source. So, let's see. We gotta scan points of interest and reveal the sources. So, let's check this planet out. And we're gonna scan it. Okay, now we can get the deuterium, and it says to go there. So we have cycles, and then this is the choices that we make have different levels of. So an excellent is dark green, good is light green, average is yellow, bad is orange, terrible is red. Minor setbacks for yellow, which would mean like you don't get as much. Bad or terrible could be destroyed rooms, hull damage, or severe injuries. So, sorry, what was this? Deuterium. So let's set a course. And now we're gonna collect the easy accessible one. Okay, so we got that. Captain, we can now deactivate grade mode. Captain, ready to increase warp core output. And so this tells us what we're supposed to do for that. By the way, look, you can zoom in and like look around. Look at the warp core. Look at all the little people. Our energy levels are returning to normal, Captain. Good. Now, what about this thing, this array? I can't tell, Captain. But our scanners detected a Maquis vessel next to it. Let's scan. Oh, let's try hailing them. Hail them. No response, Captain. Alright, let's scan for life signs. Scan for life signs, Ensign. There's no one aboard, Captain. Let's scan the array. What about the array? Failure. Our sensors can't penetrate it. Just have to see for ourselves. I want the transporter room repaired and ready. Mr. Paris, get us to a duranium deposit. We need to repair the transporter room. So now we're gonna go here, and I'm assuming this is what she wants. Cool. Okay, we have all the duranium we need. Engineering is standing by to repair the transport. So now we click on that and we repair it, and it's ready. Transporters are back online, Captain. Mr. Paris, set course for the array. It's time we've got some answers. Okay, so we can go back to the array. Look at that, isn't that pretty? I think it's so pretty. And so now we go to the array. Oh wait, no. That says it's J-class planet. I'm wasting time. But while it's traveling, you can look around. Switch that on. I don't have enough for any of these things for the mess hall. But like, here's the bridge. We can zoom in on the bridge. There's some people at the bridge doing bridge stuff. There's a captain and stuff. Isn't that fun? Alright. Ensign Kim and Mr. Paris, get ready for your first away mission. So this is slightly truncated. Only Paris and Kim only Harry and Tom are going to the array, not the whole crew. So the story's gonna be a little different, and we're okay with that because it's just for fun. Decide on the approach and select the hero to complete the challenge with the appropriate skill. If the skill is lower than the requirement, the challenge or the success will be displayed. Okay, so Captain, you seem to have materialized in the middle of a cornfield. This place, it's eerily similar to Earth, but something's off. Any suggestions on what we do next? So Tom, it looks like the challenge is about there. Harry, it looks slightly higher. So we're gonna choose Harry. Also because Harry has a little science thing and the challenge is sciencey, so let's try. Cool, success. Tom and Harry use their tricorders to scan for life and detect an energy spike emanated from a nearby area. Following the readings, they navigate through the corn. Find a farm with people working in the fields. An old man sits on the porch of a nearby farmhouse, strumming his banjo. After a challenge, so they'll be fatigued, and that will reduce their score. So we have to let them rest in between. So now Harry is fatigued. Look, there's some other crewmates, because this is just like a painted or over shot of the episode. Now we look for Harry's two things. We demand to know what's going on, or this is it. Try to read his body language for any clues. Ah, success. A 6. I wonder what all these numbers mean. It'd be cool if they meant something. Cool, we got a +5 in that thing. And you can acquire more skills. Oh, I should have read that entire thing. I'm sorry. Sorry. The old man isn't much help. We'll try to find the Maquis ourselves. There's a large barn behind the farmhouse. The tricorder readings are off the charts. There's definitely something strange about it, especially that black wall. So, even though Harry is fatigued, we could combine both of them. And we can find a way to break the illusion of the wall. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Cool, success, 19. Tom and Harry try to disrupt the energy field, causing a flicker in the air. Before they can break the illusion, the people from the barn burst in wielding farm tools as weapons. The old man appears and reveals the barn is an illusion. The back wall dissolves, showing a bluish glowing room where unconscious people, including a tattooed man and a half Klingon woman, lie on surgical tables. Okay, they're both fatigued, so there's not high chances of this. Oh, cool. So we can wake up the tattooed man? Or try to wake up the Klingon woman. I think we should wake up the Klingon woman. Your choice has consequences. Harry spins towards the half-Klingon woman, hoping to rescue her. As he reaches out, the old man stops him, a look of concern on his face. 300, nice. Before Harry can react, a blinding white light fills the room and everything goes blank. Cool. Mission complete. And we leveled up. And we had successful challenges. Good job. Us. A sudden return. Oh, it's different. Okay, so the last time I played, I selected that he tries to wake up Chakotay and that Tom tried to wake up Chakotay. So this is different. Anyway, Harry Kim unexpectedly materializes behind her. What happened on the array? Whoa, I'm back on Voyager? What happened over there, Mr. Kim? We lost contact with you for several hours. But we were just there, right, Tom? Tom? Seems like he's still in the array. I hope you have a hidden piloting talent, because we're short. Captain, we're being hailed by the Maquis. Spallana, Starfleet, I don't know what you did to our commander, but I can still ram this wreck into your precious starship. Ram us? One of our own crew is also missing. It would make sense to postpone the ramming until we're all accounted for. Does that sound reasonable? We're beaming over. Yes, it's interesting because it is different. It's B'Elanna instead of Chakotay there. And there's Seska. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be like Seska. And there's Tuvok. Face to face, despite Janeway's invitation, the arrival of the Maquis crew is fraught with tension. Both sides remain wary as they prepare to discuss their shared predicament. There she is. Don't play games, Starfleet. We're armed and ready to defend ourselves. I wouldn't have it any other way. Glad to have you back, Tuvok. Likewise, Miss Torres, I must inform you I was assigned to infiltrate the Maquis. I never liked you, Vulcan. That is unsurprising. I assure you, I have performed my Maquis duties to the highest standards. Patak. You win some, you lose some. Let's focus on bringing Mr. Paris and your commander back. His name is Chakotay. And we can't get him back that easy. They're sealed and their communications are cut off. Lieutenant Tuvok, get down to engineering and find a way to bypass whatever's jamming our communications. Report back as soon as you have a solution. Okay, so it looks like we have to repair this critical thing. Captain, the ship remains critical. The ship status remains critical. Repair protocols are imperative. We require resources and the engineering office for additional. So first we need to turn on the lights to deck for deck 5. Cool. Okay, we need to collect more duranium. That's deuterium. That's not the same. Ah. We want the square one. That one. Hold on. What about this one? That's just an asteroid field. What's over there? Have we been there? Nice. Alright, let's see if there's any more. Well, we do need this, so let's get this too. Okay. Average is fine. Alright. Let's repair. Repairs in progress. Until completion, it would be logical to scan all the planets in the system and gather more deuterium and uranium. This is the engineering office. Engineering office fully operational again, Captain. We now have an additional work team to carry out 2 tasks simultaneously. Let's see, engineering office. Deck 2 so we can get a mess hall. Logically, we should focus now all on deck 2 and the mess hall to ensure crew's food supply maintain their physical endurance. This requires reactivating life support in that section first, which I already did. Life support restored on deck 2, Captain. Access to the mess hall is now possible, so let's clean it. However, it has sustained extensive damage. Emergency rations are currently deployed. After the repair, the crew can access replicator rations again. Alright. 3 cycles. Until completion, we should address crew accommodations. Ruined rooms must be cleared to create rooms for residential. So, we're going to clear debris, like so. While we wait, we should continue to collect more resources. So, let's go here. Mess hall is done. Mess hall repairs are complete, Captain. We should switch on replicator rations now. It would enhance the crew well-being. Okay, so then we go here, we go to here, and we select that. Replicator rations are now issued to the crew, Captain. Cool. Oops. Too far. 1 cycle. Okay. Ruined room removal concluded. Maybe we should build some crew quarters now. It'll do wonders for morale, Captain. So we're gonna build a room. click here, and we click here, and right now, emergency. And that's gonna take 4 cycles. Oh. Let's see. Captain, the array's jamming signal has been neutralized. We should be able to establish communication. Let's hope they respond. Hail the array. Ugh, who's this? Why are you bothering me? Oh, it's you. Why are you back? You don't have what I need. I remember that voice, Captain. It's the old man with the banjo, but his form is entirely different compared to how he appeared on the array. I'm Captain Janeway of the Federation starship Voyager. We mean you no harm. We just want our people back. Your people? Your people are no longer here. They might have what I need. You'll just have to leave them. Over that, words from a stranger. Scan the array for life signs of Tama Chakotay. No signs of them. Captain? And no humanoid life forms indicated at all. Who or what are we talking to right now? Why not? Let's let tourists talk. No. Listen here, Gramps. Return Chakotay, or I'll use that banjo in ways only a Klingon could. Got it? The struggle for survival. It is a heavy burden, but I have no time for this. There isn't enough time! Time for what? To ensure their survival. Whose survival? I hope you're not talking about Chakotay and the pilot. Your people know your people may just hold the key to their survival. And I must hurry! No, you're stealing my time. Don't you understand? I don't have time. Not enough time. Remember? He's like, not enough time, not enough time. And then he like gestures and is like, ah. Exactly. We've been cut off, Captain. It's getting us nowhere. We need to find our people fast. You managed to extract valuable information, Miss Torres. I commend you for that. Captain, if I may, I have observed that the array is sending energy pulses towards the 5th planet of the neighboring system since our arrival. Given the lack of information regarding our missing crew's location, investigating this planet appears to be the most logical step. It's the only lead we have. Thoughts, Miss Torres? I don't like this any more than you do, but it'll be easier if we work together, Captain. Helm, set course for the 5th planet in the neighboring system. Let's find our people. Set a course for the 5th planet in the neighboring system, maximum warp. So now we go to the sector map. And we're supposed to go here. It says... So if we do this, it's guaranteed. If we do this, then... Because this could be... Let's just try it. Nah. That's fine. It's fine. We're still full. Totally full. So, let's go. Not enough time. Can I do this? Nope. No. So what's in here? Okay. To a compound we go. Cool. The crew is happy you fulfilled your promise, Captain. 100 morale. Now we can build more quarters here, which is what I was planning to do. And we got this little blank spot. We can't do anything with it yet. Looks like we can repair that. But we can't repair that. This is the main deflector. Ooh. And this is the main deflector room. There's the transporter room. And we've looked at engineering. Okay, let's... Captain, we've reached our destination. Orders? Continue. Let's see what we have here. A new lead. Following the caretaker's energy pulses, Voyager discovers a desert planet with a harsh, unforgiving landscape. Are Tom Paris and Captain Chakotay perhaps being held in this place? What makes this place so special? Let's check anything noteworthy about the energy pulses. They are consistently targeting a single location, a barren piece of desert. I recommend an away team investigates the area. There is something else. The interval between each pulse has decreased by 0.47 seconds since we left the array. They're getting faster. The entity said he's running out of time, right? Whatever that means, we'd better hurry. Let's do a scan. Let's see what we can learn about this planet. It has all the basic characteristics of an M-class planet, but no oceans, no river, nothing. However, there are settlements. Strange, but intriguing. We'll examine this world firsthand. Well, look at that! Who could that be? Captain, a small ship is approaching. They're hailing us. On screen. Well, look who it is. First contact. A peculiar alien with a mischievous grin greets Voyager from his chaotic vessel. Neither Starfleet nor the Maquis have ever seen such a species before. Perhaps an inhabitant of the Delta Quadrant? Perhaps. Greetings! Looking for something on this dusty old rock? Would we find anything, Mr. Neelix? Never seen a ship like yours. Let me guess, you were whisked away from somewhere else in the galaxy and brought here against your will? Sounds as though you've heard this story before. Thousands of times. Well, hundreds of times. Maybe 50 times. But the caretaker has been bringing ships here for months now. The caretaker? That's what the Ocampa call him. He probably snatched some of your crew too, right? They're likely down on the planet with the Ocampa. But Captain, it's a tricky place, dangerous. You could use a guide, but of course, a guide needs a little, compensation. Sounds fair. Wonderful. To be honest, I've had it rough lately. Those pesky voles have been nibbling away at my supplies. Some food and water would be most welcome. If you help us find our crew, you can have all the food and water you want. It's a deal. Neelix has been recruited. So I'm gonna put him here. We still have a few cycles for any of these things. It says rebuild, so we just keep rebuilding until Neelix is ready. science lab. Look at that. Look at that little machine. Gosh, I really like this game. Now, this is like, it looks like a lot like those, I've been seeing these games on mobile where you like repair an outpost or a settlement. They have one that's a DC superheroes one. I think I played one that was Westworld once, where like you had like the Westworld stuff above, and then you had all the other stuff below. But this one looks pretty cool, honestly. Let's try it. I haven't been having good luck. Nope. So let's not take risks, huh? There's another quarters. Let's see if this is different. It is. I do like that. What a delicious meal, a culinary masterpiece I've never encountered. Such a tangy but comforting, smooth yet vibrant concoction. What was it called again? Tomato soup. Tomato soup. I'm something of a culinary whiz myself, you know. My Alfrian hair pasta bowl is wildly known for its bold, mouth-watering taste. Mr. Neelix, I am pleased you are enjoying yourself, but we need your assistance now. Ah, yes, you're missing crew, right? Scan the southern continent and look for a range of dead volcanoes. At the foot, you'll find the Kazon Olga encampment. Kazon what? One Kazon sect of many. They control this part of the quadrant. They're a bit difficult. With the right approach, they can be reasoned with. I thought you said the Okampa had our people. Well, the Okampa do have your people. It's just finding them is a bit tricky. My old pal, Maj Jabin, the Olga leader, might know where to look. He's a nice guy. A bit gruff, but he owes me a favor. Anything we should know about these Kazon Olga? Water's a precious commodity around these parts. The Olga, they mostly get theirs through trade, so a little liquid diplomacy would go a long way. Very well, prepare an away team, and you'll accompany them, Mr. Neelix. Okay, so we gotta fly back to Okampa. We should be there in a second. Captain, we have reached our destination. Orders. Let's send an away team. So we got Neelix. He will help with those. Let's see. We need Tuvok. He will help with all of these other things. And then we'll take an innovator. We don't have a survivalist. So, here we are. So, this is how, if I'd had Tom, then he would have taken Balana's place, but this is fine. The away team materializes in a small valley between the dead volcanoes. The sun burns down on them mercilessly. The air is hot and dry, and a sandy wind whips up their eyes. Captain, our tricorders are malfunctioning. Probably because of the energy pulses. How do we get our bearings in this dust bowl? Looks like we struggle through to a vantage point. Alright, cool. High success. I'm assuming. The away team pushes forward, battling the strong winds and low visibility. Finally, they emerge onto a ledge with a clearer view of the surrounding area. In the distance, they spot the Kazon Olga settlement. However, the wind is picking up and a massive sandstorm is approaching from the south. Captain, the sandstorm is heading our way. We need to find cover fast. They can build a temporary. So if we did this, we're generally guaranteed. Analyze the area. If I use him up. Or... this is it. This is the way. Cool. B'Elanna wastes no time. With impressive efficiency, she swiftly constructs a wind-resistant shelter from the surrounding debris, all while grumbling about the perceived incompetence of the Starfleet team. After what seems like an eternity, the storm subsides. The away team emerges unharmed and sets off in the direction of the Kazon Ugla settlement. And we got 3. All right. So nobody got hurt, but it will tell us what the risk level is. So we'll need Tuvok for this. Or I use the Talaxian and we could get plus... okay, I think this is the way. Come on. Cool. Neelix bounds forward, greeting the Kazon Olga in his usual boisterous manner. The women and children seem to recognize him, but their expressions are skeptical rather than welcoming. The men approach cautiously, weapons in hand, and women, the people. A tall Kazon emerges from the settlement, Jabin, their leader. At the sight of Neelix, his face darkens. In the background, a badly bruised young woman who looks nothing like the Kazon, but more like a human with pointy ears, peers around the corner. Seems like the Kazon don't find Neelix as charming as he led us to believe. How should we appease them, Captain? It's a high chance of... demonstrate strength to keep the Kazon at bay. Interesting. If we add him, it actually makes that go lower. So let's try to offer the water in exchange. I don't know if it's going to work. Oh, it did! The away team offers Jabin water from their replicators. Fascinated by the technology, Jabin accepts the offer, becoming more receptive. He explains that the Ocampa live underground. Their access is controlled by the caretaker, who also provides their only source of water. As proof, Jabin points to the bruised Ocampa woman he is holding as a slave, explaining that she is one of the few who have managed to reach the surface, when suddenly Neelix grabs a phaser. He points it at Jabin and demands the Ocampa girl be freed. Things are getting out of hand. Captain, we should retreat. Or appease and withdraw. Appease and withdraw, or secure the retreat with phaser fire. Let's do this. Wow. Kess recruited. The away team raise their hands in a gesture of peace, slowly backing away while choosing their words carefully to calm the angry Kazon. Jabin, though furious at Neelix's impulsive actions, recognizes the away team's intelligence. The away team's intelligent attempt to de-escalate the situation. He allows them to retreat, though his eyes burn with anger. Alright, we did it. Mission complete. You know I hate this. They kiss. How deep does their relationship between the two go? I don't want to know. My dearest Kess, didn't I promise I'd save you? I knew you would come for me, my love. You lied and endangered my crew. This is not how trust is built, Mr. Neelix. He was desperate, Captain, but I understand. I want to repay you and your crew for saving me. As Jabin said, the access to the underground city is controlled by the caretaker. There's a tunnel, but the caretaker sealed it with a security barrier. We may be able to transport through the barrier if it had the slightest breach. A transporter signal amplifier would be necessary. Excellent idea. Kess, can you help us once we've located the breach? Of course, it's the least I can do. I'm grateful. Now, let's find out, because we gotta find out the information. Can you tell us about the caretaker? For generations, he has provided the Ocampa with food, water, energy, and protection from the outside world. Any idea why he does it or where he came from? No, we do have stories and legends about him, but they're just stories and legends. Alright, let's find out. How did you and Neelix meet? I met Caswell trading with the Kazon Olga. They enslaved her, but she was kind, even to someone like me. A gross, old predator. I had to get her out. He visited, brought me gifts, made me laugh, groomed me. He was the only good thing in that terrible place. We fell in love. That's grooming, y'all. That's, trauma bonding. That's trauma bonding. I admit I used you, Captain. I apologize, but I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Kess, if it's so dangerous on the surface, why did you leave your home? I felt a strong pull to explore the world beyond the city. I yearned for the freedom to discover new things and learn about myself. Seeing my people so dependent on the caretaker, unable to even think for themselves, it was unbearable. We were once a people who had full command of our mind's abilities. We have things to do. Alright, someone get started on that transporter signal amplifier, and Kess, we'll go to sickbay and have you examined. Captain, the science lab is now back online. We can start researching the signal amplifier. And so we click on here, and we do that, and that's just gonna go. Cool. And now it said go to sickbay. Let's clear out sickbay. Can I clear this one? It looks like I can clear that one. Can I clear this? Nope, not yet. I don't have enough work teams yet. Alright, let's scientific data is always good to have. Damn. And hull. Bad hull stuff. Okay, so don't do that. Okay. Tech tree. So this is how we learn. In these builder games, there's always like alright. The blueprints for the so we need to start repair on this workshop. Why won't you let me do it? Oh. I have to... Is there a thing I have to learn? Crew quarters. Inspired workforce. Science. Let's see. No. Okay, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do here, but we'll just do this. Just take... Oh, I have to wait until the other teams are gone, so we're just gonna go around for a couple of days. Or a couple of cycles. Cool, good. Sick bay is ready. Computer, initiate emergency medical hologram program. With the E? Oh, this is British. The European E. Introducing the Doctor. With no other options available, Captain Janeway activates Voyager's emergency medical hologram. A shimmering figure materializes in the sickbay, ready to provide critical care. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Doctor, our chief medical officer is dead. You have to take care of sickbay for now. And this patient, Cass. There's no need for concern. I'm capable of treating any injury or disease. A broken ulna, a few minor bruises and grazes, nothing I can't handle. You are in the most capable hands, young lady. Thank you, Doctor. That's very kind of you. I expect you to do your best, Doctor. Do my best? Captain, I am programmed for optimal medical care. What else would I do? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a patient to attend to and a sick bay to reorganize. It says, explore the tech tree, prepare and activate a workshop. That was right here. And that'll take 3 cycles, so let's just go here. 1, 2, 3. Let me get that. Okay. You think? And it looks like you'll be able to upload and all that, or upgrade and all that stuff. That's your tutorial. I don't know what that is. That's our notification. Our deuterium is running low, so we need to get some of that. That should be, yay! Cool. Now let's go back to Apollo. Okay. That's cool. This is the overview. So this is how our warp core is doing. Can't upgrade because this is a demo. This is as high as we can go. We have 30 quarterless crew members. So we need... That'll take a few cycles. Captain, we've reached it. So let's, do we continue with the game? So Cass, we need security person-y guy, like Tuvok. And then we need... It's awfully high in diplomacy. I'm assuming that's diplomacy. This little... looks like a Federation symbol thing. But Kess has a small amount of diplomacy. And we have these two. But if I was like that, I think that though I would rather have Lana because she's higher with the mechanicals. So that's what we're doing. Upon materializing near the tunnel entrance, a group of Kazon are already there, tinkering with the security barrier. In frustration, as soon as they notice the away team, they reach for their weapons but hesitate. "Careful," shouts one of them. "Don't let them butter you up." Captain, the Kazon seem to be more cautious this time, but they're still ready to attack. What are our orders? Use a transporter module. I think this is probably the best option, and I'm really hopeful that it will work. Oh, good. The away team raises their phasers, approaching the Kazon with an intimidating demeanor. The Kazon, remembering the away team's display of wit, hesitate. They are unsure whether to risk a confrontation and eventually back down a lot, allowing the away team to proceed to the tunnel entrance. There she is, squeezing through the little barrier. "Captain, we found a tunnel entrance using the transporter signal amplifier. Now, to find possible breaches in the security tunnel." So I can do that, or that. I think that the best thing to do is this. The away team deploys the transporter signal amplifier, carefully scanning the barrier for any vulnerabilities. After a tense few minutes, they locate a small breach in the energy field. They successfully transport themselves through the opening and into the tunnel. Beyond the barrier, the tunnel opens into a breathtaking sight. Embedded into the light cavern is a futuristic environment with smooth white walls. Smooth white walls emerges in front of the away team, glowing in a warm white light and filtering with green patches. The Ocampa City. Captain, we're inside the Ocampa City, but it's a maze of streets and chambers. How should we proceed to find Tama Chakotay? Let Kess do her thing. I think that's why she's here. Come on, Kess! Okay, well, it was a low success, but she still made it. It's still a success. Kess approaches the group of Ocampa, respectfully asking for assistance in locating the missing Tama Chakotay. The Ocampa, touched by her concern, eagerly provide directions to the medical facility. The away team eventually finds their crew members awake but disoriented, surrounded by strange medical equipment. Chakotay instinctively reaches for a weapon, but before any confrontation can occur, the ground starts to shake violently. A message from Captain Janeway cuts through the joy of reunion. The caretaker, the Ray, has apparently repositioned itself and is now firing at the tunnel entrance. We need to get out of here! The away team clears a path through the collapsing tunnels, using their phasers to blast away debris and create a safe passage. They dodge falling rocks and collapsing ceilings, ensuring everyone escapes safety. Soon they reach the exit, the security barrier the only thing standing between them and their escape. The tremors are interfering with the signal amplifier's focus, Captain. The connection is constantly being interrupted. We can't beam out like this. Nice. Okay. The team analyzes the tremor's interference patterns and quickly recalibrates the transporter signal amplifier to compensate. The transporter signal stabilizes, allowing the away team to lock onto the beam and materialize safely back to Voyager. Cool, we did it. Cool. Chakotay! Not a fan of the actor who plays Chakotay, but I have warmed up to the character of Chakotay, especially after his story arc in Star Trek Prodigy. I actually really like Chakotay in that. I think they kind of figured out how to write him better. It helps that you know, it's not the 90s and they cut out all the creepy predatory behavior, but yeah, that's good. Anyway, back on Voyager, Tom Paris breathes a sigh of relief while Chakotay eyes his Starfleet rescuers with suspicion. The Maquis commander struggles to understand the sudden alliance. Captain Chakotay, welcome aboard Voyager. I'm Captain Catherine Janeway, and Mr. Paris, it's good to have my pilot back. What? No champagne? Not even replicated? I'm Commander Chakotay of the Maquis. Torres, what's going on here? Long story, Chakotay. Short version, we're stuck with Federation sycophants in the Delta Quadrant. And we share a common goal, getting back home. Have you learned anything you learned on the planet could help us? Ask if they... Did you learn anything about the caretaker? They say he's been acting out of the ordinary lately, abducting people, and he increases their power supply to half a decade. And he destroyed the tunnels. Sounds like he's preparing for something, but what? Did you learn anything? What can you tell us about the Ocampa? Naive, friendly. They don't get out much, and that's good because they wouldn't survive. Apparently, they've been living underground for longer than anyone can remember. That's true. Our ancestors lived on the surface once. Ancient journals tell us the caretaker opened a deep chasm and led us underground. Any idea why? They mentioned, warming? The day our surface turned into a desert. On that day, the caretaker appeared and built our city. Since then, he has provided for the Ocampa to ensure their survival. Say that again, Tuvok? There's enough evidence for me to form a reasonable hypothesis, Captain. The Ocampa world turned into a desert from one day to the next. The caretaker's immediate arrival seems to be no coincidence. I assume he is responsible for the ecological damage. Building the underground city and caring for them, he seems to be trying to make amends. In addition, Ensign Kim mentioned that the caretaker provided the Ocampa with a mere 5 years' worth of energy. Coupled with the destruction of the access tunnels and his frequent references to running out of time, the logical conclusion is that he does not intend to continue his role as caretaker. I believe he is dying. If he dies, how the hell are we supposed to get home? The caretaker mentioned that you might have what he needs. Can you make sense of that? We woke up covered in scabs. The Ocampa said we were sent away to prevent some kind of plague, except we weren't sick before. They also mentioned others with the same disease, but they didn't last. They died? I want you both in sickbay now. I love that they haven't been to sickbay yet. Look, Is that them laying down? No. Well, one of them maybe? There's some people laying down anyway. Captain, their condition is unusual. It appears to be cellular disruption caused by the introduction of foreign genetic material. Their bodies are rejecting it, rather violently, I might add. They're fortunate a few more days and the cellular disruption would have been fatal. Foreign genetic material? For what purpose? An excellent question, Commander. It appears... Also, he was wasn't he Captain Chakotay on the Maquis? I just want to... If anyone knows, let me know in the chat. I'm pretty sure he was Captain Chakotay, though. But and he only became a commander when he got the job here. Anyway, an excellent question, Commander. It appears to have been introduced deliberately. Though why anyone would want to reject them or inject them with incompatible DNA is beyond my comprehension. Prognosis, Doctor. I've already started the treatment. With my expertise, they should make a full recovery. The doctor's discovery further confirms my hypothesis, Captain. Aware of his imminent death, the caretaker is enacting measures to safeguard the Ocampa for as long as possible. However, they will run out of energy eventually, so he seeks a successor, one who would continue his work. This explains the abduction and subsequent testing of individuals from various sectors. If he dies before finding a suitable successor, we'll be stranded. We have to return to the array before it's too late. And now, Captain, given the caretaker's reluctance to cooperate, a more assertive approach may be necessary. The Vulcan's right. If that overgrown energy blob won't send us home, we'll blast our way out. Phasers, torpedoes, the whole shebang. I believe a bit of tactical planning is in order. Shields first, then phasers. There we go. Not yet? Can I not do it yet? Okay, what about the shields? Here. Oh, I need to wait. I have to wait at least 2 cycles. So, let's, no, I don't think there's anything here. There's this one. There we go. Yeah, we can build another one. We need 3 to do that, though. Now let's dismantle that. Or fix that. Excellent. Okay, our offensive and defensive capabilities have been restored, Captain. We're ready as we'll ever be. Let's show this quadrant what we're really made of. Might as well finish it. Cool. We got as much of this. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Let's say I want us. That's cool. Captain, we've reached our destinations. Orders continue. Let's finish the story. Might as well. Uh-oh, Kazon are coming. Seems we were expected, Captain. It's the Kazon. The lead ship is hailing us. They're probably not calling to chat. I'll have our Maquis Raider manned. You'll have support if this turns into a fight, Captain. Excellent idea, but let's see what the Kazon have to say first. It's Jabin. Back for more, are you? Don't think your silk tongue will work this time. All we care about is getting home, Jabin. We will beam over to the array and see what we can do to arrange that. Oh, I'm sure you have another fancy speech prepared for the entity, but I won't allow it. We have no dispute with you. Of course not. You'd rather talk your way into getting what you want. This is absurd. We have no intention of challenging you. I'm not as gullible as you think. The array's power is mine. Jabin, can we discuss this like two civilized? He's disconnected, Captain. And they're powering up weapons. Battle stations. So, this is the combat section. You know, if the Kazon had just like been chill and let Voyager and the Maquis ship just use the array to get home, just like stayed away and not made it so that it looked like they were going to be in danger, they could have taken over the array afterwards. All right, so we are fighting. We have the Maquis Raider, and then we have these Kazon ships. Let's select hero. Semi-autonomously. Ships fire, phasers fired automatically. Torpedoes manually. You control the opening, the command menu, and deciding how to approach the enemy. Waiting your orders. Orders. Oh, come on. Okay. Offensive actions. Use their weapons. And then what else? Okay. Okay. Cool, we won. And didn't damage the ship at all. Oh. Bye, Maquis ship. We pushed them back, but it was a close call. We got our crew beamed off in time, before the raider exploded. You are strong, Captain, but there is strength in numbers. I have called for reinforcement. The array will be mine. And I guess we don't have much time. Hail the array. Well, also there was a typo there. It said, hail he array. Well, aren't you persistent? We need you to send us back where we came from. Impossible. I barely have enough strength to complete my work. I must protect the Okampa. If I don't, the Kazon will steal their water. They won't be able to survive. What happened to the Okampa was not your fault. Something you did turned their planet to a desert, isn't it? That was the death that can never be replayed. We were explorers from another galaxy. We had no idea our technology would devastate their atmosphere. 2 of us were chosen to stay behind to care for them. 2? Where's the other? She went off to look for more interesting places. Let's try this. Did you ever consider allowing the Okampa to care for themselves? They're children. Children grow up. They need challenges. Maybe the Okampa are stronger than you think. Send us home! You've dragged us into this. You need to send us, Captain. Jabin wasn't bluffing. His reinforcements have arrived. I could try to access the array systems to transport us to the Alpha Quadrant, Captain. No, I'm fading. Time is up. If you leave, the array will be left to the Kazon. They will annihilate the Okampa. You must destroy it. Don't listen to him. We'll be stranded. Please, protect the Okampa. Alright, what is right and what is easy? The caretaker fades away, collapsing into an inert crystalline form. Janeway is now faced with an impossible choice. Return to the Alpha Quadrant, leaving the Okampa defenseless, or sacrifice Voyager's return to ensure their safety. The clock is ticking. He's gone. Captain, the Kazon are closing in. Shall I try to access the primary controls to send us back? Look at this. We can do both. We can't do either one. I am curious as to what happens, and maybe some other time I'll do that, but let's play the game right. Never asked to be involved, but we are. I won't trade the lives of the Okampa for our convenience. Lieutenant Tuvok, ready to try Cobalt devices. What are you doing? The array's our only way to get out of here. You can't. I can, and I will. Try Cobalt devices ready, Captain. Via. Poo 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 pew. We'll find another way home, I promise. Who do you think you are, making that decision for all of us? It was the right decision, B'Elanna. The Okampa, they remind me of our people. We were fighting a more powerful enemy to protect our own. The Okampa deserve that too. 70,000 light years. We're really stranded, aren't we? Great. Now I'll definitely miss my next Outmeet review. A misbehavior review should not be your primary concern at the moment, Mr. Paris. Oh, get a grip. Ah, thanks, Tuvok. Hadn't thought about that. Jabin is hailing us, Captain. You have made an enemy today. That's a direct quote from the episode. Mr. Paris, put some distance between us and this place. Now we learn about dates. And then that's it. And now we go here. Oopsie. An alien probe, eh? This is the only source of tritanium in the entire game so far. It's just here. We can easily collect, or we can do this and then we won't collect as much. And I want to get this much, because that's all we're going to get. But eventually we'll be you can build and that's it. 70,000 light years from home. Seems we're in this together, Commander. Your decision didn't win you any friends, Kazon, Maquis, Starfleet, but I respect you for it. Their anger is justified, but we have more pressing concerns. To cruise on one ship, stranded in the Delta Quadrant, fighting for survival. Alana recruited, good. I know that. I know a thing or two about survival. The Maquis are a motley crew. We had to learn to put our differences aside and work together to coexist. Coexist? Well, Commander, I'd like to offer you the position of Voyager's first officer. First officer? You're willing to trust a Maquis with that responsibility? I'm learning to adapt. This is a new beginning. A chance to forge a new path together. Neelix, Kess, you wanted to see me? Did you need anything else before you leave? Supplies, water, medicine? Well, that's what we wanted to discuss. We'd like to go with you. Before you say anything, Captain, we both very much want to be part of your journey. I can offer you so much in this sector, Captain. Need a guide, supplies, contacts, and a cook? Oh, you haven't lived until you tasted my anglabasca. But more than that, Captain, I can be your morale officer. Keep those smiles bright on the long voyage home. I have a feeling you'll need that. A cook, a guide, and a morale officer? That's quite the offer, Mr. Neelix. And Cass, what about you? What do you hope to gain from this journey? I want to see the galaxy. There's so much out there I don't know. So much to explore and discover. Perhaps this journey could help me understand my own telepathic abilities better. Learn more. Develop them. Maybe, Cass. You never know. But I also want to help. After the doctor cured my wounds, I realized I wanted to help people too. Maybe I could learn from him. Assist in sickbay. I think the doctor would be glad to have you. Very well then. Welcome aboard. Captain, you might want to see this. Looks like we've stirred up a little trouble. In a good way, I think. Unexpected guests. A sudden distress call reveals Voyager's victory over Jabin sparked a mass escape from the Kazon slave camp. Janeway wastes no time ordering the desperate survivors to be beamed aboard. Neelix is surprised to find another Talaxian, Zababin, who was captured while exploring the Ocampus landscape. Gratefully joins the crew, joins the growing crowd of survivors seeking the doctor's care, plus 13 crew. And there he is. All right. Now we get to do a speech. Let's say, overcome differences, unite as one. We're alone in an uncharted part of the galaxy, facing unknown dangers. We must work together to survive. Commander Chakotay and I have agreed to unite our crews as one Starfleet crew. Yeah. As the only Starfleet vessel in the Delta Quadrant, we'll continue to explore, but our primary goal is to find a way back to the Federation. 75 years is unacceptable. Adapt, overcome, reach home, never give up, find a way together, analyze, innovate, find a way home. Let's never give up, find a way. We'll search for shortcuts and new technologies to get us home faster. Somewhere along this journey, we'll find a way back. Well spoken, Captain. Thank you. Mr. Paris, you've proven yourself a skilled pilot and valuable member of this crew. I hereby appoint you as our flight control officer. That's the con. That's what they call the con. For the first time in my life, I don't know what to say. Perhaps a state you would like to embrace more frequently from now on, Mr. Paris? Oh, come on. The Lieutenant Paris has a nice ring to it, don't you think? Okay, this is funny. This is funny. Everyone laugh now. As we look at the... Sorry, give me just a second, because you know I want to clip this. I want to clip this because it makes me laugh. Hey, Harry! I bet your own promotion is just around the corner. Oh boy, imagine me becoming captain one day. Very well, gentlemen. As first official act in your new position, Lieutenant Paris, set a course. We're flying home. And that's it. Captain, you've reached the end of the demo. You made the brave choice to destroy the caretaker's race, stranding your crew far from home for the greater good. The real adventure starts now. Add Star Trek across the unknown to your wish list. I already did that, and we'll be ready when the full game launches. And you can keep playing. You can't do much more because much of the game is locked. And again, there are no other forms of this tritium anywhere else in the game. So you just have as much as you have, and then that's that. So like if I wanted to, I don't have enough. I think I only have I only have 41. Tritium is an advanced resource, and they can only find it once. But we did it, y'all! I can't wait till this game comes out. It should be fun, don't you think? I think so. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad that I was able to play the demo with you all. It is available on, I don't know, places that you get demos for. I got mine on Steam because that's where I get my demos. All right, y'all. Let's do the thing. Thank you so much for joining us. Trek Talk is a Calling of Justice production. I'm your host, Maiamama. For more information on me, check out my Linktree. That's Linktree/Maiamama. And special thanks to our executive producer, Claudia Alick. For more information on Claudia and Calling of Justice, check out her Linktree. That's Linktree/Calling of Justice. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone, and we will see you next week when we're back here on Monday for Makeup Monday. Should I do the switch over early so that I remember to do it, y'all? Because, I've been forgetting. There's Makeup Monday. That's for next week. All right, guys, I'll see you on Monday. I love you. Bye-bye.